Hey, hi everybody. This is Taylor, Ashley, and Olivia. We're back for more news up at Sacred Heart University. We have a lot to talk about today because, well, always good news in sports. And let's get started. Our first subject is who is the MVP of the NBA? So we've got Westbrook and Harden. Westbrook of OKC, Harden of the Rockets. So, Liv,
Yeah.
who's the MVP?
Um. Well, I'm gonna be honest and kind of biased at the same time. I don't like James Harden, so I hope that is Russell Westbrook. But I obviously respect Harden from a standpoint that he was great this season. But I just think that Russell Westbrook to have 42 triple doubles in a single season, and just if if the Thunder didn't have Russell Westbrook, they would be a lottery pick. Let's just say it as it is. I think that Houston wouldn't be anything with Harden either, but I by far think that Russell Westbrook has just taken the league by storm this season, especially what Durant did to him and just the way that he's actually brought them to the playoffs. I mean, like I said, without question, the Thunder would be a lottery pick without him. And I just think that he deserves it more than anything.
Right. Um, well, I mean, I definitely agree with that because he's had like such a big role to take over. OKC would obviously, I don't think their record or their team would be half as what they are because of Westbrook, and I really hand it to him. I just think that Harden, like all over the court, he's got skill no matter if it's defense or offense, and he's just kind of dominating, and he's right under Westbrook. I mean, triple doubles, and it's just like I agree, but then like I'm gonna agree to disagree with you, and I
No, I,
just
I
I don't
get
know.
that.
I think the league kind of like favors him,
Westbrook?
yeah, a little more because
Of the record he broke, I mean,
right.
that record is impossible.
I mean, but like look at LeBron James and uh, Steph. Like they're all breaking records, but I don't see them like. I mean, I see them being put up on a pedestal, but like every night, I think I check Instagram or I check just something, and it's Westbrook every night, and I think that they kind of like push him up a little more. They make him a little more, prettier, like glossier.
I think that they also do that also because of the departure of Durant was such a big deal, and it's like I said, if the Thunder didn't have Westbrook, they would be a legit lottery pick. But I also feel like Westbrook kind of, in a sense, pushes himself too hard and like doesn't trust his teammates even as much as he says he does. I don't think he does at the end of the day, and that's why I think that he has like 30 shots a night, 28 shots a night because he wants the ball in his hands and he knows he's a superstar. But at the end of the day, look at the team that's put around Harden and then the team put around Russell Westbrook. I think that Harden has shooters. I mean, they broke the single season record of 3-pointers over the Splash
Right.
Brothers this season. So it's like you also have to look at it that way that Harden has teammates around him that are gonna like do something and help him and make him look better. But like considering the team that's put around Russell Westbrook and to still have had triple doubles, think about what his assist numbers would be if he had shooters on his team like Harden does.
Right. I think basically the grounds that Westbrook makes up he could beat Harden. And I just think that it's gonna be close.
I think it's going to be close too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a but
What's
I
your
don't think it's
prediction?
right.
Like how many votes? What do you think? Like what might be the gap? By how many votes?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 51-49. Like, I just would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Just,
59.
I think that I wouldn't be surprised, but I've never been a fan of Harden. just because of the way that he played when the Thunder played the Heat in the finals that year with Durant. He just like
Dirty.
it just lingers for me, and I just think that he's like a little too high-headed of himself, and I've never been a big fan of him. So, and like I said, the way that he just like went about the finals that year with playing with Durant and Westbrook, and he just like it just never bounced back for me to have like respect for him.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree.
So that's also just personal. Like, I'm just not a big fan of James Harden.
Being a Golden State Warrior fan, I like Westbrook. That's being generous of me, but I just guess the way that he like makes Kevin Durant look like such a bad guy when we know Kevin Durant is not a bad guy, and I think that I understand him leaving, but I don't think Westbrook would be in this position if Durant hadn't left. I think that it would be a lot about Durant. I think that Westbrook wouldn't have broken all these records or had this title of best player, you know? Like,
That's also why I think why I think Durant left. I think that sometimes Russell Westbrook plays a bit selfish, and I don't know. But I just, and the whole Harden thing, like Harden like also talked trash about my dude Steph Curry when he won the MVP in 2015. So I also don't like someone who disrespects my dude. So I'm on Team Westbrook for this one.
Gives out the bad vibes.
Yeah, what do you think, Ash?
I mean, I don't really know. I feel like it could be close either way. Either person, I think both players are good enough to deserve to be MVP, which is why they obviously are both in the running for it. So I feel like whoever wins it, either one deserves it.
Right. I mean, they're there for a reason, right?
Exactly.
I think that everybody's going to have like a negative or a positive to both because, they've been on so many teams. They've won a lot of...
have pros and cons.
Right. I just think like, I mean, you can't even base off who's a better person or whatever because like it comes down to talent. It comes down what you can do with that ball every night. And I gotta hand it to him. Westbrook, no matter what, he never gives up. He is like an Energizer bunny. He
100 miles an hour every time.
Every time he's driving, he's plowing. He's just constantly making that team better. He's just obviously a good player. So
great player.
But
he would be great in any generation.
Yes, because he's met with a lot of past players, and I forget what was his name that he passed.
Oscar Robertson.
That's it, Oscar. And I just think that's amazing. It's incredible. It's probably never going to be done again because I don't know many players or people like Westbrook.
Because you also have to take in consideration the reason why he got 42 triple-doubles is because, like I said, he doesn't have another surrounding player around him to shoot and make those plays for him, so it's always on him. So there's no team that really has one player that is exceptional over everyone else. Every team has their two. Like, look at like the Trailblazers, they got McCollum and Lillard. Obviously, Golden State has a freaking stacked lineup, but I mean, even the Cavs, they have the big three, so it's like it's harder for them to get triple doubles because all three of them are great. So it's like they could just pick up and shoot anytime.
Right. Well, yeah. What do you think of Durant going back to OKC? Do you think that's a chance? Because I heard there were rumors that he's possibly thinking of it.
I honestly said when he went to the Warriors, I was like, he's just gonna get a ring and then go back to OKC to like pay his amends. But like, the way that the whole thing has gone without even Westbrook giving him time of his day to like just talk it out with him, I don't think that he's gonna want to go back to that situation because I don't think Russell Westbrook has been like, he kind of has to like get over it. And I mean, yeah, I don't think what Durant did was right by any means, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, every single player across any sport, if you are great and you don't walk away with a ring, that is the biggest tarnish on your career, whether you like it or not. Look at Dan Marino. Dan Marino went to what? Super Bowls, doesn't have a ring. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. But the first thing they say is, oh, he doesn't have a ring. Jim Kelly went to 4 straight Super Bowls, lost all 4,
Right.
didn't win a Super Bowl. That's the first thing they say is he doesn't have a ring.
Right.
So look at a player like Kevin Durant. He's the second best player in the world right now. And at the end of the day, if he retired, stayed with OKC, and never won a ring, the first thing that they would bring into conversation is the fact that he didn't take advantage of going to Golden State when he had the chance.
So
as far
but this
as
is
I'm
the thing
concerned-
too. Do you think that Westbrook has any chance of winning a ring without Kevin Durant?
I don't think Russell Westbrook has a shot to win in OKC, and I think the only reason why he re-signed with OKC is out of spite of Durant, because there were rumors that Russell Westbrook wanted to go back to Los Angeles and play for the Lakers. So I think that he just did it out of spite.
Right. I agree.
Just like, oh, I'm loyal, all this stuff. But I don't know. That's
why
just my.
I almost just think like these MVP things, they're kind of like a little much. Like I get it. Like yes, there's always going to be MVP, but when you have this
Steph
much
Curry's my
talent,
MVP every day.
what?
Steph Curry's the MVP every day.
I'd like to agree. Because
The minute Durant went down, Steph was balling out of his mind.
I know. Because Steph carries that team like Westbrook carries his team, because he knows he has to step up every night, no matter what, and get that win. And that's what makes me nervous for Westbrook. Like, I really hope the kid could get a ring. I mean, he's getting all these records, he's getting all these titles, but is he getting that ring?
We'll see if a player wants to go there. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they shot Paul George out of Indiana, send him to Oklahoma.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't hate that.
No, absolutely not. I could see it.
Just get him out of the. You have to get out of the East as long as LeBron's there. Unfortunately.
True.
That's why Kevin Durant didn't go to the East.
Yeah, 'cause
I would
he
have
got-
loved to see Kevin Durant go to the Heat, play with D Wade and Whiteside, but he doesn't want to go to a team where he has to play LeBron before the finals.
So he goes to Golden State. Makes sense. I mean, they know where they're going to win and where they're not, and that's why like I just don't see a ring for Westbrook without Durant, and especially going against each other, because with like the Splash Brothers and Sean Livingston and Draymond Green, the Depoy Defensive Player of the Year, I could see that for him. With all these missiles, I don't think that Westbrook ever has a chance without Durant. Or
Another playmaker. There's no way.
Right. That's why I think Durant needs.
And yeah, you got Stevens. You got Steven Adams for a while. He's locked up. Russell's locked up. You just need another playmaker out there. But like, if they're not in the lottery pick to grab someone young, they got to get a playmaker in free agency.
Yeah. I'll pray for them. Down west.
Just a tiny bit though.
Down south. I just said down west, but that's fine.
You gotta keep Steph on top. I'll pray for Russell Westbrook just a tiny bit though.
You right.
Gotta keep Steph on.
Well, okay,
My
so
dude.
let's talk about Eli Manning, because I think that this is an important topic. I think that it's insane. I think they're doing anything they can to give him a bad name. And I just think it's funny that in a week's time of Tom Brady and Eli Manning being talked about, two highly popular, liked quarterbacks, getting a bad rep. I don't understand the media. I don't know why they have to twist words. I don't know why they have to twist everything. But what do you guys think of this? Like, this case, I don't understand. Like, I understand that, memorabilia, like, people take this stuff seriously. But for someone to view 12 games to see if a helmet looked the same as it did every other game blows my mind. Who has the time? Who's got the time?
I mean, I just don't understand how this whole issue happened like years ago, and it has to be brought up now.
2012 email.
Yeah. So why wasn't it? Yeah. If it was an issue then why wasn't it addressed then? Why does it have to be addressed now? It just doesn't make sense to me.
That makes sense to me at all. Trust me.
I mean, I know as just like Giants fans, like this is just sour.
Regardless of what fan you are, unless you're an awful Dallas Cowboy fan or an awful Eagles fan or sometimes awful Redskin fan,
who doesn't respect Eli
who doesn't
Manning?
respect the hell out of Eli Manning? I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I don't understand this. Like, who has the time?
That's why it makes no. I mean, as someone who works for Steiner Sports, obviously, I think it's all BS.
So tell us a little about Steiner Sports. Let us know that Eli Manning has worked with them for how many years? Forever. Like, the manager of Steiner Sports knows him personally. He came out with a statement, and he said that never
comes
in
up
his
to the office, says what's up to everybody. He's like one of the most down-to-earth people. You wouldn't think that he's the shining light of New York, of the New York Football Giants. You wouldn't think that in a million years. He's a class act.
Everything you hear about him is good. He donates all the money to children's hospitals. Yeah. Like he doesn't do any. He doesn't stay he stays out of the media. Everything he does is so private. He doesn't let fame get to his head. So I don't understand why he would be the person to be accused of this.
Right.
I just think it's all BS.
I think it's stupid, and I think that people go out of their way to make problems for those who do good in the world and do right by what they're supposed to, and I just think it's really, really sad that someone has to go out of their way to do this. Like,
it comes from jealousy and I don't know. I feel like just targeting someone who they know doesn't do, has never done anything wrong, I feel like they think it's going to be a top news story because, you've never heard of anything bad happening with Eli Manning.
Right.
So, second someone accuses him of something wrong, everyone's like, oh, this is such a big topic.
Right.
The emails were, so it's far taken out of context, and it's just it's ridiculous. I have people come up to me every time they see a Giants helmet. They're like, oh, is this Eli's? I'm like, first off, it's not even signed by Eli. Second off, the fact that you're a New Yorker and you actually think someone like Eli Manning would do that is actually mind-blowing to me. And some customers have actually gotten under my skin about it, and I just say my piece. It's as someone who has to represent the company, I'm going to stick up for our company. I'm going to stick up for my quarterback on top of it. So don't come in and disrespect and it's just not a place where you should disrespect, especially someone who's brought 2 rings to the city, has brought nothing but class and greatness to the New York Giants, and it's mind-blowing that people actually think that he would do something like that.
And even he was questioned when they reported in for OTAs. He was questioned about it, and he genuinely was getting upset that people think he would get that low to do something like that.
I've never seen so much emotion out of Eli.
Exactly. He was kind of questioning why people were questioning his character.
Eli has, no emotion. And to see an emotion from him, he needs, you know what I mean? Eli's always,
so monotone.
He always looks so, he looks like he's, visioning something, but he's, not there. He's just,
he's daydreaming.
But he's so good.
Eyes on prize.
He's my fave. Oh, you want to hear a funny story, actually? Today, in my sports journalism class, because I love my class so much, I actually pay attention to that class. My professor was at that draft, and he said that Eli, when he got picked to the Chargers, his whole face, he was happy, he was smiling. This is literally the face. He goes,
literally just trying to hold back tears.
Deer in headlights, so upset, was ready to be a Giant, and gets called up for the Chargers, and he's literally crying. He went to the back room, and then, 20 minutes later, someone came up to him and was like, hello, hi, we have the Giants on the phone for you. Here's Coach. Someone phone the coach. Welcome to the Giants. His face lit up, and then he had to redo all interviews.
Got his New Jersey.
Got his New Jersey, got his hat, and he was so happy. They have pictures from the Chargers. then they have pictures from the Giants, and he just looks completely different in both pictures. Like, just,
Eli's not stupid. He knows where he wanted to go.
oh yeah, he was
And
set.
Sean, if we still had Philip Rivers, there's no way we would have a chance to even shoot for a fifth Lombardi this season.
No,
If we had
absolutely not.
Rivers, I don't think we would have gotten the last two that we have.
Very true.
That's true. I agree with that. Who's the last two?
What?
You said the last two?
The last two Super Bowl rings.
Oh, I was like, who's the last
Eli
two?
Manning.
Oh, yeah. I was
Help
like,
them for
players.
us.
Just wanted to clarify. Yeah, so go Giants, go Eli. I hope they make smart decisions in the NFL draft.
So excited.
It's a really good week. It happens this Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and
Hockey.
no, we're not gonna talk about. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, yeah, we can talk about hockey. You want to talk about hockey? Let's talk about hockey. So, we've got the hockey playoffs. We've got Game 4 coming up for the Rangers. Right? Game 3.
What series?
This one. First series.
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you guys. Hello?
Yes.
Can you guys
Yes.
hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
I can hear you. Sorry, little glitch
Sorry,
there.
It's going in and out a little bit.
It is. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
It's going in and out.
Okay, so let's talk about the Rangers. So they just beat
Can't hear you anymore.
you can't hear me?
Okay, now I can.
Okay. Shit. We're just gonna cut that whole part out. Whatever. I'll let Nicole edit it. We're pretending they didn't win.
No, I was saying, are we pretending that they didn't just win the series? Like, is this supposed to be sooner? You know what I mean? Or are we like pretending it's today?
No, we're pretending it's today because this is current news.
Okay, I thought you meant like it was like a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I didn't know what series we were talking about.
Oh, I'm
Because they
sorry.
just won their first series, now they're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know hockey really well.
Oh, okay. Because I
I
was.
thought you were like behind, like pretending it was like the beginning of the week before they just won the game the other night.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, so they just had what was that game?
No, they just won in 6 games against the
Canadians.
Canadians, and now they're moving on to play the Ottawa Senators, and Game 1 is on draft night.
Okay.
Okay, so start now.
Okay, so hold on. Let me just mark that. It was at 23, so we'll just take out 23 minutes. We've been talking for 23 minutes,
Good. So we'll
Pretty
make this
good.
like a 5-minute thing, and then we'll be good.
and then we'll be done. Okay, so all right, so let's talk playoffs. Let's talk hockey playoffs. The Rangers,
On fire.
they're cleaning the
Just
boards
won the
up. They're
first
cleaning the
round.
Canadians. Things we
Okay.
haven't done in a while.
So
So
we beat the Canadians in 6.
right. So we haven't won a cup in what since 1994. It's the last time. Do you believe in
I wasn't even
miracles?
alive yet.
I
So
wasn't even born yet either.
that
So.
needs to change.
Was I born? Yeah, I think I was born.
No, it was before you were born.
When
Your mom
was
was pregnant
it?
with you.
I was on my way.
You were on the way.
I was on my way. Okay, this is weird. All right. So, what do you guys have predictions? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Thoughts on this? Thoughts on Lundqvist? Thoughts on some of your
I think
defensemen?
The Rangers are on fire after winning that first series. Also, the fact that they won it at home, I think, brings more confidence to the team
Right.
that they believe they can make it all the way, especially after that.
So, okay, so the Bruins are out. They
Yeah.
lost. So that's kind of cool because now we're like the team of the East, right? I guess, as you would say.
Well, there's still 4 teams remaining, but we beat the Canadians, and then the Ottawa Senators beat the Bruins. So we meet the Ottawa Senators, and the Pittsburgh Penguins play the Washington Capitals, and then whoever wins these 2 games goes on to the conference finals.
Right. Okay, so who do you guys think is going to be?
Well,
I think
the Rangers are gonna win the next
Yes, we hope the
series.
Rangers. So if the
Well,
Rangers
okay.
go, who do you see?
So my opinion is, I mean, since I was at Game 6, I kind of got to see like how the way that they were playing and stuff, and I think that the biggest problem that the Senators are going to have is how aggressive the Rangers play. I don't think that the Senators are very aggressive, and I feel like you need that in like playoffs hockey. It's
I was
like
gonna say.
I'll punch you and just it's crazy. Like the intensity level is just up like 20 notches, and like I feel like the Rangers have that, and I feel like the Senators are a little too like wimpy in that sense. Not like wimpy, but like not as aggressive as the Rangers. And I think that the Rangers are just gonna be so aggressive that the Senators are not gonna know what to do. I think at the end of the day, we have the better goalie. We have the king. I think at the end of the day, as long as our defense is on top of their game, it's going to be very sad to see Derek Brassard play against us.
Oh, true.
My poor little Derek Brassard.
I know. I think they were saying Kreider was not really playing at his best.
Not neither is JT Miller.
Yeah, like they're making mistakes that they shouldn't be.
It's that whole line. It's Kevin Hayes, Chris Kreider, and JT Miller.
Right. I mean, as just kind of watching, I'm not a big, hockey watcher, fan, whatever, because, basketball's on right now and kind of into that. But from watching them, they just kind of look like a little sloppy. Like, they're just, like, they're just not communicating. They're not really, like, playing to their full potential. And I think that even if they are aggressive, they have to be careful because silly mistakes like that can lead to silly, like, losses, goals, etc.
The first period of Game 6, they played brutal. They played awful. I was like, yeah, we're in trouble. And then they were lucky enough to only be down 1-0 going into the second. And then they came out of the second and much more aggressive, much more. They just were shooting the puck. They weren't just
had a good locker room talk, a pump up after that.
Or maybe
Alain Vigneault was probably yelling at them like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. I mean, I just think it makes it more tough for Lundqvist, too, because it tires him out when he has to constantly be saving these goals, constantly be looking out for the puck. I think it takes a lot away from him. And I think that's going to be even a weak point for them because as the series goes on, you have to think, like, he needs to be 100% every time. Yeah. He needs to be on top of it.
No one in the league deserves it better more than Lundqvist.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
What year is this with them? Like 6th? Something?
Lundqvist? He's been around for way longer.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's been a long time for him, and I think that being one of the best goalies in the league, he needs to take this home. He needs to take it all the way.
Yeah.
Just like what we were talking about with basketball, like he can't be a player that doesn't come out with without any rings.
Well, like Liv said, it's the most important thing, which it is, because when you get up on a like to go talk, or do you go to the broadcasting booth and they say, "Hey, welcome Lundqvist," a no winning time winner, like no rings, nothing, like that totally takes away from
his greatness,
your career, your everything. It's not just. Yeah.
You don't want to be remembered as this great hockey goalie that didn't come out with the ultimate, like, victory in the end, winning the cup.
Like, with the cup last year, with the Pittsburgh Penguins winning, it's like the right team just has to get hot at the right time, because the Pittsburgh Penguins were not the favorites last year as the Capitals. So, I mean, like I said, the Rangers played great Game 6. They came out in the second period, and they were aggressive. They were the way that they needed to be. And if they could just keep that momentum and stay hot, I don't think anyone could beat us. And
Exactly.
I think that we're the better team. I think that we should absolutely beat Ottawa. Without question. And then it's just a matter if we meet Capitals or Penguins. They're both huge rivals with the Rangers, so it's going to be really interesting to see who
But I
they would
kinda
play to
feel
go
like
to the finals.
whoever they play against, like since they are such big rivals, it's going to make them want it even more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they already have like that confidence and that readiness from winning this first series that if they keep their momentum going, I honestly think that the end result will be good.
Yeah, and I don't see anyone out of the West that really scared me. I was shocked that the Blackhawks were swept. I was shocked because they were the number 1 seed. They were swept.
What about is it the Sharks?
Yeah, they were out. They lost to the Blues, I think. I don't remember, but no one out of the West jumps off the page for me.
Honestly, just playoffs are always so unpredictable. The number 1 seed does not always make it to the
That's
finals, and
Basketball and hockey playoffs, so much fun to watch.
exactly,
True.
But that's why I like football. It's one and done.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to wait the 7,000 games.
It was like the finals last year, Game 7. I was like, I can't do this.
Oh.
Thank God football is just one game because I don't think I could do 7 games. Imagine 7 games of the Giants.
No, I
No,
think I'd have a heart attack and die.
I don't think
At the
I
end of the first game.
Your anxiety and your stress, my stress levels skyrocket during
Oh,
even
definitely.
Even
just
the
our
Rangers.
games.
the Rangers, I panic. I'm like, I can't do this.
Cuts off like 10 years of my life of
It
stress
really
with sports.
Literally. No, but like actually.
Sports is the reason for my stress, I swear.
100%.
Well, when you love it, you risk everything, even your health.
Basically.
It's worth it. I mean, I love
Oh,
it.
it's worth it. I was talking to my friend how it's like, people think I'm crazy how much money I spend on sporting events, but I'd rather spend it on that than clothes. Sorry.
Exactly. The experience and like just the way like seeing the team you love like playing in person just makes it so much better.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing
I
like it.
100% agree. All right, so I think we touched a lot today. I'm sure there'll be more news stories tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and next week, next year, next month. You name it, we got sports stories.
Let's bring the cup home to New York so we can go to a parade.
Ooh, go Rangers! I'm excited. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in to Tea Time with Olivia and Ashley. My favorite.
Woohoo!
All right, this is Taylor Grease reporting from Sacred Heart University. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Bye.